3, 2, 1, and the countdown's done, Joe. It's okay, you can now take a photo. And Jaime, let go of your pizza. Pineapple filled only if you can't see us. And he's just smiling and giggling, always listening so she can understand everything. This is the team that has your back when everything's whack. Yo, they'll make you laugh, join in the friendship, the community of fun, and learn something cool so you can be the one. Now wash your hands for at least 20 seconds. You filthy animals, filthy animals. It's the social distancing show. How did you not know? How did you not know? It's the social distancing show. How did you not know? How did you not know?
Gang, gang.
Yo.
What up? What up?
What it do? What it is?
Yo,
This
what
is
it
crazy,
be?
man.
Bro.
Bros before lows.
We should all talk like this for the rest of the night.
We should all talk like this. the
We
rest of this.
should talk. You should talk like us. You should talk like us.
Are you trying to say that my voice isn't very deep?
What was his name? Angel Keels. How did
Hey,
you say it?
your light is really bright there, Mr. Pineapples. It's like
Mr. Pineapples.
It's super bright there.
Now it's even brighter.
You just made it even brighter. Oh, the magic of the fingers.
The magic hand.
Boom, right
Your
there.
light is too bright, mein Freund. My eyes are on fire.
On fire. It's
Better?
today is the man show. The man show.
The
y'all.
man show.
Men.
The man show.
Manly men.
So, that's why you're seeing
Two of us.
the man on TSUDS Productions. We're actually outnumbered.
I don't know why you keep calling it TSUDS.
I don't.
No
like to
one
say,
likes that.
I don't like to say TSUDS.
You say SUDS.
TSUDS.
Did you not watch the TED Talk? It's
Doesn't-
officially henceforth known as SUDS. The T is silent.
Well, since you're also called Jaime in some places, but I will never call you that.
Ooh, that's rough. That's a rough gig.
Oh, let's see here.
Hello, longtime co-host, second, third, fourth time commenter.
Oh, second, third, fourth
What
time
is up,
commenter.
Sandy?
How does it feel, Sandy, being on that end watching us? It
Watching
feels weird.
the men's show. Oh man, she's gonna give us hell tomorrow.
It's gonna be like,
Incarnacion. What's up, man?
He says no. I think he's missing you, Sandy. That's what I'm thinking.
oh, I know
That's
what's
what he's
wrong.
saying.
I'll be right back. Hold on.
Yeah, because I think that's what he's saying. He's missing you.
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, Sandy, waiting for us to be manly and stuff. Just wait.
Let
Just
me go
wait.
get some Old Spice real quick. That'll be really manly.
And we'll do it. And I'm gonna do the what is the guy that dang it.
Terry Crews?
Yeah, they do the liquor pose, the Captain
Tigres-
Morgan's
Captain
the Captain
Morgan.
Morgan pose. Yes,
Got you.
you know, because I drink
El
a
Tigres
lot.
del Norte. Oh, Sandy, when you showed me some thing for Netflix or whatever, I saw that there was actually a documentary on Los Tigres del Norte, who I think they go play in a prison, actually. And I was like, I got to pin that to watch that later, because that was one of my grandma's favorite bands.
All right, here's the
You got
manly
the-
start. We're having pizza during the show today. The problem is, I was hungry before the show. There's only one slice left.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I
'cause
I still got a lot because I was sharing with the kids and then, but I got
Oh.
jalapenos and pepperoni.
Well, this is more of a personal size pizza, so.
Oh,
so,
well,
Mr.
look.
Trey, where's yours?
I just had steak.
that's
Trey,
great.
Trey, that wasn't what we discussed.
I know.
Well,
I
the
specifically
thing
said
is-
pizza.
The
Joe
thing
got
is,
Joe got a pizza. I got a pizza. We both got pizzas. You didn't.
but let's really talk about it. What's more manly, pizza or steak?
Listening to what the rest of the group is doing is what's more manly.
Nope.
Let's switch this way because it's easier if I point that way. If I say Joe's over there. Actually, it's easier if I say that way.
This way. Oh, don't. Oh,
Joe's over there.
God dang it! Now you done messed it all up because I had.
Gosh.
I got Joby.
Dadgummit, Joby, you're gonna get your
I'm
feet
trying to
all
tag.
wet.
Hey, Sandy, help me out. I'm trying to tag Angel, Kelly's husband, in the chat, but I can't figure it out. I don't know how to spell his name or something. If you could help me with that, that'd be awesome. And then, who else do we need to tag in here? Jason. Tell Jason to come watch.
Jason.
We need to tag Jason and Jason
I don't get
Lawrence.
this. I am tagging people on our show on my timeline, but it keeps bringing up people who are famous instead of like my friends list first.
Wow, that's pretty
Like
impressive.
I did Jason, but it brought up Jason David Frank.
Are you tooting your own horn?
I don't do that. I don't need to toot my own horn. It gets tooted on its own.
Oh,
Interesting.
man,
I think
you
those
know
are just
what?
called
What?
farts.
You know, we upgraded our signal, but we didn't change it in settings before we went to broadcast.
That's why.
So,
Dag-
I can change that.
Gummit,
can you?
Joby.
Because from what I could tell, you couldn't.
Game over.
Joe, you freaking you were the one who was like,
I
let's
know.
do this. And I was like, fine, I'll pay for it. Go ahead.
I will say that.
And then
me, and Jamie just saying.
I will say that Jaime is Jaime and Jaime is Jaime. Just saying.
I probably took way too long on that comment there.
When it's
to
your
be in
name,
sync,
you can
Trey.
say how you want to
Yeah.
say. Look, guys, have y'all seen this crust from Little Caesars? Like, they make this pretzel crust, and it tastes really, really good.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah,
Is
it's
that
like
new?
the freaking. So they only do it every so often, and I was looking for it last week, and they didn't have it. So tonight I went to get my wife a veggie pizza, and I was like, "Oh, you got pretzel crust? I'm getting a pepperoni pizza just because you got pretzel crust."
That sounds amazing. I love. So when they had the whole pretzel bun craze, when that was a thing with like literally every fast food chain restaurant, and then
You see the
yeah,
salt?
that looks amazing. So they were doing that, and I was all over pretzel buns. I didn't care what was on it. I was going to eat it.
Yeah, you
because
were.
I didn't care. So that's how manly I am. So get wrecked.
I think you kind of got the thing of the show a little skewed a little. I'm watching on your timeline,
No,
Jaime, so that
I mean,
can
I'm.
comment
I
under
mean,
my
I think I
profile.
got it.
Can't tag anyone. So it's weird. Yeah, I don't get it.
Oh, I was muted the whole time I was talking there. That's awesome. That's the manly thing to do right there. Just have a whole bunch to say, and you're muted. So.
It happens.
It's still not as bad as someone forgetting to hit record. Okay, I'm just throwing that out there. I'm just throwing that
So
out there.
I told everyone. I was talking with Trey earlier, everyone, and I was saying, you know, for guys' night, we're gonna talk about anime and games and all that stuff we don't really get to talk about ever. And I was like, but we'll review Cats for everyone. But
Nope.
Trey said no.
Oh, he said no. I
Nope.
was like, no.
But you,
Oh,
No.
It's Trey.
I don't think you.
I don't think our
Swizzle
Swizzle likes you there.
Can I have a little. I have a little thing here now that she's watching, and quite frankly, I can't find it, and I'm really kind of sad.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Well, then
that was
did
a
you-
great build up there.
Wait a
Trey.
minute.
I know that was.
Did you?
What is that? Lowered
Jaime,
expectation.
did you take it off?
I don't know what you're talking about. To be honest with you, man, I'm sorry. Hit me up in the messenger on the side. And while you do that, let's see what we're gonna do. So, oh yeah, so we said.
I know.
I
I was
know,
like,
it's like-
what the hell is Joe doing? Bad lip reading. Is that an Asian joke? That's an Asian joke, isn't it? Sandy?
That's not an Asian joke,
I see how it is.
Joe.
What you talking about?
Anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no. It's under the Strange Connection show. So if I were to try to switch it over, it would just switch our banners over, which is really weird. So never mind. It happened to be a certain heart with 3 bullet holes going through it.
Oh yes. Oh look, she knew about it already.
Oh,
too.
he's doing it already. All right. Yes.
I don't think that's what
perfect.
got her, Trey. I think what got her is that you put that over her face.
but that's what it symbolizes. Therefore, it's why I'm putting it up.
Sandy, you didn't say kung fu, but that's how That's how
That's how he was raised.
That's how I was gonna do it anyway, because it's the Asian thing. So everybody was kung fu. Okay, favorite martial arts movie.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Ip Man.
You already knew that too quick. I don't feel like you're cultured enough.
Trey, go first.
Ip Man, because Donnie Yen
this is a social
phenomenal.
distancing show. We do things a little bit different over here, okay?
But it's guys' night. I mean, there's not really an order of things happening right now.
You're right.
It's free flowing.
Who told you that?
So
I don't feel like you know me that well.
I had a conversation with Jaime, and he said we're going to talk about anime, whatever you want to watch, talk about. I'm slipping up my words, and it's okay. Yeah, no, Ip Man, because Donnie Yen is one of my favorite actors, and he is a person. He's also an actor.
Tell me your favorite part of that movie. I can tell you mine.
I honestly, the first fight when he goes up against the guy who literally challenges every martial arts school and wrecks their shop, and then he goes to challenge him.
He beats him with a feather.
Beats the ever-loving daylights out of him, and he's like, okay, I'll leave now. Mm-hmm. But like they're in his house, and he's wrecking his house, and he's like, I'll pay, don't worry about it, I'll pay for it. He's like, you better. Like,
right? He's like, oh yeah, because his wife was mad. She's like, don't make a mess. And then because she actually sent his son in and said, Mama said don't make a mess.
yeah. I don't know, all of the movies are phenomenal, but I really got into it.
Was it Ip Man 1 or Ip Man 2 where he actually fought the Japanese general? Is that
Ip Man 1?
Yeah, where he fought the Japanese general. But before he does that, he actually beats all of the black belts to a living pulp. It was so amazing to watch. Oh my gosh. My hands were just hurting watching him. It was just crazy. It was just crazy.
I think it was the fact that and they were under, they were under occupation. They were literally, and so that was just like a stick it to a moment, like just beating the trash out of the Japanese at that time. And it was like, because obviously these are your enemies. These are literally people who are domineering over you right now. So it's like, what other way than to beat the trash at them in martial arts?
While Trey's talking, I'm going to interrupt. Make sure you hit those heart buttons for us. If you're watching on mobile, just keep smashing that heart button. If you're watching on your computer, hit the heart button and then share this to your timeline. You don't even have to say anything, just share, and that'll help us get some attention, okay?
Some attention.
Yep. Thanks, Sandy. So yeah, everyone, put your favorite martial arts movie in the comments. Sandy said Karate Kid.
Karate Kid? That's a good one?
That is a good one.
I like it.
That's a movie in the making right there. You want me to go first, Joe, or you want to go next?
You can go.
So it's funny because I won't say I don't have one. I have a lot. I love a lot of them. But I will say most recently, just this weekend, I was thinking of Drunken Master with Jackie Chan.
Yes.
And that is an excellent movie. If you don't know, it's he basically the piece that makes it so fun is when he drinks alcohol, he can drunken box, which is a form of martial arts. And he's actually really good at it. He actually is trained in it, and he's real funny in it. But one of the coolest parts about it is at the end, after the credits or during the credits, they show scenes of him doing his stunts because he's done all his own stunts.
Yeah.
And he's insane. It's insane. But there's so many neat moves in there. And then the story, him and his mom in there, that's always funny. They play off each other so well. His mom gets hit and then he gets pissed. And anyway, it's a funny movie, but it's so action packed, just like most of Jackie Chan's movies are.
It's crazy because, hasn't he broken every bone in his body? Basically?
Yeah. And from crazy stunts too. Like he'll be like, "Oh, I accidentally missed a step, and so I fell 7 stories down." Yeah.
And
some of this is caught on the scenes, and what was it, Mr. Nice Guy? He messed up his ankle really bad in one of the scenes, but he finished the movie out with the messed up ankle. They just dressed it to look like part of his pants or his socks or whatever. But he suffered throughout the rest of the filming with that bad ankle.
Did they have any documentaries on him? Because I feel like there should be several because of how many
I
stunts.
think you're right.
I mean, he has done his own stunts and he's hurt himself like a ton.
He hurts himself every movie.
Every time. I love
It's
watching
kind
his
of hard. Is he a
bloopers.
martial arts guy first, or was he a stuntman first? I don't know, but he does
Both.
them both very well. And there is a movie he made later on where he wasn't so much as the stuntman or the martial arts. He was a father. His daughter, she's an adult. She gets killed in a blast. There's a something like that. Anyway, he ends up turning into the bad guy or anti-hero.
Is it the most recent
kind of
one?
thing. Not most recent, but within the last 6 years, maybe. Anyway, I haven't seen the whole movie. I've seen scenes of it on YouTube, and man, he is brutal. Like, he is just almost terrifying in a way. But anyway, it's good. That's a good one too.
Yeah.
What about? Hold on, real quick. So, Sandy said, "I've never heard of that one. I will find you, Trey."
Right.
You're gonna need to stop with that today, okay? And then Sandy says, "Taken." Taken's a good one.
It's a good one.
That's a good one.
I don't know if I would say that it's martial arts. There's probably some in there.
I
Yeah.
believe.
It's not really.
But it's really good.
Right.
I believe the one you were talking about earlier was The Foreigner, Jaime.
Yes, with Pierce Brosnan, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the one. So
Okay.
give that a watch. It's not action, it's more drama, but it's really good, and it's Jackie Chan in a different character. No martial arts,
Right.
so it's really weird. But
Wow.
anyway,
That is
so yeah, you go ahead, Joe.
So mine's kind of in the same vein as Jackie Chan doing his own stunts, because this gentleman also does his own stunts. And I remember the first time I watched this movie, I thought somebody really died in it. It's called Ongbok.
Okay.
And Tony Jaa is the lead actor in it. And oh my gosh. So it is advanced Muay Thai because it's Thai boxing. And this guy, man, some of the stuff that they do, like when they're hitting people in the heads with his knees, and he's like jumping and punching people with his knees, basically.
Yeah.
And so it is just brutal. It's so fun to watch. Well, so the whole premise is he has a pet elephant, and then these people come take his pet elephant, and he gets mad. So it's kind of like the Asian John Wick.
John Wick.
Oh.
It's kind of like
See,
the Asian John
when you've been together this long, that's how it just flows, Trey. You'll get there. You'll get up here one day. I promise. I promise.
Sure,
But
sure,
it's
sure.
so good, and they have this one scene where where he's going up this ramp, this stairway up
Oh
to the
my
top level,
gosh.
and it's
Yes.
one camera shot the whole time.
Yeah, and you guys, like, it's insane. Like, the shot it's like a 15-minute video piece.
Yeah.
One shot, and he's probably fighting how many? Like
He's
2 or 3 dozen men.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
just
It was
not,
like,
oh.
yeah, it is so impressive because he's throwing people up against the wall, through glass, throwing them over the side.
Have you seen that, Trey? Do you know the scene that Joe's talking about?
I've not seen Ongbok.
Oh
It's
my
on my
gosh.
list.
Yeah,
It's
you-
on a giant list of kung fu movies.
it's not kung fu.
So real
It's Muay
quick on
Thai.
that,
Fighting movies.
so there's a connection with that scene with Marvel Comics, and so in season 1 and
Of the
season
Daredevil
2
you're talking
of
about.
Daredevil,
Ooh.
Charlie Cox, he is fighting a whole bunch of people in a hallway,
Yep.
and he goes into the room, he beats some people up, he gets
Yes.
beat up, he goes into another room, but all that was one shot. And then in season 2, he's in a stairwell, in a building, whatever. Anyway,
Right.
and it's kind of the same thing. He's trying to get down, out, and then he goes through the garage. All that was shot in one take. Both of those were inspired by Ong Bak, the scene that Joe's talking
Oh,
about.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
It's
awesome.
It's really awesome. And like I said, the scenes where they're like hitting each other, and because he's like hitting people with his knees, and he's like jumping on them and stuff like that. It is so
Yeah, it's
crazy.
so brutal.
Yeah, 'cause
Man.
That hurts my knees right now.
Yeah, just,
I know.
just
If you
thinking
ever
about
watch
it.
whatever, thinking about like falling on the ground, and landing on your knees, like
No,
that's the feeling you get when he's
I
doing
have a
like.
bad experience with that.
Yeah.
I mean, man, his knees and his elbows every time he's
Oh
like,
yeah, like
bah!
hitting people with the elbows like straight over the head and then
drop
right into their
bows
shoulders.
on him, man.
Oh, and he fights these. At the end, he fights at the boss level, basically.
Yeah.
He fights these two humongous dudes. They are
like Dave Bautista times 2 guys.
yeah, they are ginormous. And little spoiler, he uses some bones to kind of beat them down. But
I mean, he wraps those bones, and he's got new elbows, and it's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, he takes elephant bones and wraps them to his arms, and
Bro.
man, it's really a good watch.
Regardless of it being spoiled, I'm still gonna watch it.
It's really good though, and there's 2. So the sequel, it's really weird. The sequel is actually a prequel, but it's still got Tony Jaa in it, and it is really good. Tony Jaa was actually in the last Expendables movie.
Yeah.
So that's how.
So he can jump so high when he does his kicks, and it's just.
I mean, he's the same way as Jackie. He does his own.
He does his own
stunts. Yeah. Oh, that one stunt in Ongbok where the motorcycles, and he's jumping and doing splits. Oh yeah. When they're trying to come at him.
Yeah, they're going through that warehouse and stuff like that, and he's just like going through all those that parkour section basically. Yeah, so it's really, I love that movie. And
my brother-in-law's daughter, or my brother-in-law's stepdaughter, when she found out I like Tony Jaa, she was like, "Oh my gosh!" She blew up and just started talking all about it. And I was telling her about other movies he'd been in. She was like, "I didn't know he made more movies." And I was like, "Yeah, he's got a few." All right, I got the next question. You ready? Joe's getting yelled at. Sounds like. Yeah. All right, here we go. Boom. What is your favorite anime, fellas? So we'll start with you, Trey.
Well, I will say, if I'm getting back to my roots, nothing's going to beat it because of nostalgia purposes and just.
I'll give you 2 slots. You get to have 2.
Okay, perfect.
Give us the reason why.
Okay, so first favorite is Yu Yu Hakusho. If you aren't familiar with it, you need to watch it. It's a.
Have you heard of it, Joe?
Yes.
Okay. Late 80s.
I haven't watched it though.
Okay.
Late 80s, early 90s anime, and it's it's basically about this guy who is killed in the very beginning of the show, and in the very beginning he has to find his way back and do certain things in order to get his way back. He gets supernatural powers, he gets a team, and they go and fight demons, and it's phenomenal. And the story overall is amazing. The action's great. It is an older anime, but that doesn't matter to me. It's just that nostalgic feeling. And then I would say my second, and this is very tough because I'm not great with picking favorites. I would say Gurren Lagann. And Gurren Lagann, for those who don't know, it's on Netflix if you want to watch it. What's up? How's it going?
Wait, how do you spell it?
You want to say
Gurren Lagann, maybe?
Gurren Lagann?
Gurren.
Hey,
I'm Madeline.
Madeline.
Wait, what?
Oh, hi, Mr. Joe.
Hello. I was like, did she just call me Madeline?
So it's GURRENLAGANN.
When's your show gonna start?
It's already on.
Another awkward moment.
I was like, what is going on?
It's like, we're live.
Anyway.
So Gurren Lagann. It's
Lagann.
Yeah, Gurren Lagann. That's how they pronounce it. But it's post-apocalyptic. People are trapped underground, and they live underground because the overworld is basically just scorched. And so they have like beastmen running around and stuff. And so it's phenomenal. I don't want to reveal too much, but there's a lot of Gundams in it, and it is like not what you'd expect.
I do
out
love
of
a
Gundam
giant
fights.
mech fight or whatever. So
yes,
I'm all about that.
But
it's crazy because I haven't really gotten into the big mech stuff yet.
Dude, you know what?
It's not what you think, though.
Right.
All right.
I'm not
you want to go
against
next,
them.
Joe?
Yeah, I can go next. I'm not against them, but I'm just like, it's just not.
There's a lot.
There's a lot to watch, and so, but crazy. So I will tell you, my favorite is just because it's classic. I love Naruto Shippuden.
Okay.
And
yes.
so
awesome.
If it's the gateway drug to anime is usually what that is.
Yeah, pretty much.
You start with Naruto, and then you get into Naruto Shippuden, and then you're just sucked in to the anime world because you want more of it. Because, and then it goes from Naruto Shippuden to Boruto. And I just love the story of the outsider, and a lot of animes are kind of based like that, of the outsider that is really
the
underdog, and then comes to be the hero for everybody. So if you're looking for that type of theme, then it's the way to go. And it's good, it's clean, it's great for the kids to watch. It has good themes like that. And I just saw Sandy's comment.
Sandy, yeah.
Yeah.
And so I just love it.
Shippuden.
Shippuden.
Naruto Shippuden.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah.
So that's good. So for those of you who don't know, in anime, there's a style called shonen, and usually that's more gendered towards boys. And the characters usually they level up, they get more powerful, and they look different or gain more powers or abilities, and there's all this stuff. And yeah, but and they usually teach lessons. So like remember your Saturday morning cartoons where the more you know. So that's what shonens usually have.
Right. And I've actually done a few other ones, but lately, my next, what's the word? My one that I've been really wanting to watch a lot.
That must be why Eva was saying hi. Sorry.
Yeah,
That must be her friend.
Black Clover.
What's up?
Yes.
Oh, yes. That is a good one.
Black Clover. Oh my gosh. Especially like nearing the end of the first season, whenever
Thanks, man.
it's so crazy, y'all. It's so crazy.
So,
it's
if
very
you can
similar to Shippuden, to Naruto. It's very
Uh-huh.
similar in that vein of, it's about an underdog that,
Yeah.
so
Complete
everyone has
underdog.
magic in this world. Everyone has magic in this world, except for this one guy. He doesn't have he doesn't have a lick of magic, and he ends up becoming, and their whole goal is to become the Wizard King, basically. And so, and then
do you think he ends up becoming Wizard King? We can talk about that because it's just us.
Right? Yeah. It's
Well,
just
I'm not. I mean, I don't know what season you guys are on, or if it's done or finished or whatever. I think I'm almost done with season 1. So
what part?
It's a newer show, I think.
Yeah. What part are you on? What do you remember?
The last part was when they freed the village from the giant.
Saturday morning cartoons only showed me that if I held up a sword in the sky and yelled, I
have the power.
Renee, trivia question. What was Battle Cat's name before he became Battle Cat?
Good question, Joe. Good question.
We're gonna find out.
I know the answer, but good
We're gonna
one.
find out what kind of fan you are.
All right. So
Yeah.
what was?
It was Black Clover.
He said he's only on the episode where they just get to the town. So you're only like you're still within the 10 episodes, I think.
No,
Under 10 episodes.
No. So spoiler alerts for those who actually want to watch a show. Close your ears for a couple seconds. No. So when he had they saved the village from the ice casters.
Yeah, that's early.
That's
You're like really early
Wait,
on.
the Ice Casters or the elves?
No, the ice casters.
Okay,
So
I'm not that
dude,
far.
we're way
three
back.
Or 3 or 4 people that were
Oh.
wrecking a whole town in place of the jewel that was there that they never found.
Oh, okay. So they still haven't gathered
that's
all.
the first episode where Noelle brings that water dragon dome thing.
When she actually becomes useful, yes.
Actually, she still doesn't become useful there. She finally becomes useful like in the episodes that we're watching.
Later.
Right,
Okay.
exactly.
Gotcha,
yeah,
gotcha.
so you don't even know she like levels up. Yeah. So
I mean,
really...
I figured she does, but
right,
I will give
If
you a
you
spoiler alert though, Trey. They did jump 6 months. They did a time jump 6 months later on.
That's
which it's not a big one, but when you see their power levels and the way they look, you're like, you sure it's not 5 years or
Sure.
6 years? You look a little older now, Asta.
right.
If you can get past Asta being completely annoying, the show's phenomenal.
That's why. See, I will tell you, I actually love the dubbed version. I'm a dubbed anime watcher because I usually watch it when I'm editing photos, and so it's really hard for me to pay attention. But the voices that they use for the dubbing is so I love it, especially the Captain Yami's voice, and he's been in several before, so he's really cool.
I'm with Trey on that.
I'm listening because you're my friend and I'm here for you. And
Good answer, Trey. Good answer.
No. I just man, because I tried watching Black Clover without it with the subtitles, and Asta is just way too annoying. Like he's super annoying.
So Asta, I feel you on that. But then there was another one I tried to watch called Radiance, and the kid in that one, same way, over the top yelling, and I was like, I can't do it.
Right.
I can't do it. No.
Yeah, and it's very
stopped
similar
watching
to like the Demon Hunter kid, the one that the sleepy kid.
oh, Demon Slayer?
Demon Slayer. Yeah, Demon
Oh
Slayer.
my
yeah.
gosh, that was
Yeah.
beyond annoying.
Yeah, that kid is annoying too.
Dude,
And-
he's
and-
always crying.
He's
oh my
always
Oh,
crying.
yeah.
And I'm
Okay,
just
I see what
like,
you're saying. Yeah,
just shut up. Can somebody
Yeah.
smack him? But of
Oh.
course, he's got like
But-
one of the coolest.
But
He's like, it doesn't matter that you can master 1,000 kicks, but if you master one kick perfectly, and that's his ability basically. He knows only one attack, but it's the most awesome.
And he
attack.
doesn't get to it until he's almost. Oh my gosh! It's like
Anyway.
it's like watching a fight in Dragon Ball Z. I'm just like,
Oh,
can
for
he
sure.
get to it already? Can he just get to it?
So speaking of that,
I think
Renee
I
came-
answered your question.
Kaylee came and she said that her two favorite are Dragon Ball Z, which is the second series of 6 series of Dragon Ball, but it's the second one of that. And then Inuyasha, which is cool because I really like Inuyasha too, Kaylee. And in fact, what's the new one, Trey or Joe? Do y'all remember it? It's called.
You said Inuyasha?
Yeah, there's a new series coming out that's about Sesshomaru's daughters. He has 2 twin daughters
That's a Kaylee question.
that are half human, and we follow their exploits, but they also run into Inuyasha's daughter.
Oh,
she
she
just
put it-
answered it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think
Yes,
Renee answered your
that's it.
question too.
Yeah, we'll get to
Yeah.
it. So, yes, Yashahime.
Yashimi.
That one. And Yashahime. I haven't watched it yet because I'm waiting until the episodes keep piling on. I want to get to like 20 or 30 episodes before I start watching it. So going back earlier, you asked Renee what was
Battle Cat's name
real name
before he became
before
Battle Cat.
before he turns into Battle Cat, and then Sandy said Battle Kitten,
Close. Close.
and then but Renee did answer back up here. Cringer, he was my
Okay.
fave and secretly wanted him.
Thank you, Renee, for being a fan. 'Cause
Cartoon Crush.
I actually had Castle Grayskull, like the toy. I actually had Castle
Oh, wow.
Grayskull. Yeah, so
My favorite toy from him was there was this little. The bad guys had this little, like imagine a thunder tank, but purple, and it was a shark. And so my brother and I, when we would get in the tub, we'd put that in there, and we'd be playing with the shark. But you could fit people in the bros, and just the mouth would open up like a shark, like the
That's
battle
crazy.
tank would. It was pretty fun.
Interesting.
So, what are your favorite
Hold on.
animes there, Mr. Pineapple?
yeah,
Oh,
Jaime.
Man, that's gonna be hard because I can't do it. Kind of like anyway. So I'll just say 2 that I think are really good. I'll start with the very first anime I ever saw, which was called Neon Genesis Evangelion, and
That's way back.
that is way back. It is way back, but it is one of those staples. And so, but let me tell you about this one. This one is giant robots, apocalyptic world. If we let these monsters go and collect 200, they also get to collect the world. And so these giant mechas are trying to stop them. Well, throughout the course of the show, you realize that these mechas aren't just mechas, that they're actually, it's kind of like a Big Hero 6 situation. So they've stuffed these monsters inside of these suits, and those monsters are just crazy insane.
Wow.
But it's really cool because what ended up happening, the first series ended, and you got to the last episode, and I still remember where I was and what I was doing when I watched this episode, because throughout the whole thing I thought, what the flippin' haze is going on here?
Spoiler warning.
And it's not even, and I don't mean it in a sense like you don't understand, like you really have to have a psychology degree to understand what the scenes are even doing, because he's sitting in a chair, there's static all over for the entire 30 minutes, and there's these existential questions being asked and answered. You're not sure what's going on. Things are upside.
It's like the dude in the Matrix, the architect in the Matrix.
Except he makes
that's
more
a rough
sense.
bit.
Except he makes more sense than this last piece did. Anyway, years later they came back, they redid the end and called it End of Evangelion. So they gave us a new ending, which was action-packed and intense, and it was good. Well, they decided to give us another ending. Actually, what they did was they redid the whole series, and they called it's still in Neon Genesis Evangelion, but they called it 1 of 1, 2 of 2, and 3 of 3. And I've been waiting like almost 18 years for this new one to complete. And so the final one comes out this year, actually.
So then they're all edited
All
endings,
separate.
or are they different
So
endings?
the first one's its own thing. The second one was a retelling of the ending. which
Okay.
was cool. The third one is a retelling of the entire series. So they even added in new characters. They made things happen that didn't
So it's
happen
almost a
originally.
reboot?
It's and it's good. It's so
Okay.
good. The guy who did the Godzilla movies on Netflix, he's the one that did these, which is why he's taken so long to do them, because those Godzilla
movies are just
the anime, right?
Hold on. Can
They're
we tangent there real quick?
they're brutal.
Just since you brought that up.
Sure.
Because I am a mega kaiju fan.
Okay.
And I cannot wait for Godzilla and Kong to come out. But I watched those. Me and my friend, when we were dropping on Netflix, were so excited because it was a brand new take on Godzilla. He is like
Sure.
the biggest he's ever been and will probably ever be. But the ending was so terrible. To the
There's
third
three movies
movie.
though, aren't there?
There's 3 movies. Yeah.
To the
Yeah,
third
have you-
movie. The ending of the third movie is
Oh.
terrible.
Really?
I have to look. I don't remember.
Have you guys not seen it?
I've seen them
remember
all. I didn't think it was terrible. I thought the anime was terrible, but the story was so stinking good.
Oh no!
It-
By all means, they were
Yeah.
great. But the ending is like
Yeah.
you could have ended it where it
I'll have to watch it
initially
again.
did. Well, it basically spoiler alert.
That's okay,
Alert.
Go ahead.
He so like his I guess his sister or his niece or whatever is poisoned from the Mechagodzilla situation. Because she commandeers and is like controlling parts of the
Who's
mechs.
she?
So the main character,
Oh,
the
okay.
guy who wants
You
to
made it
wreck
sound like Godzilla had a niece. I was like, huh?
wait,
No,
why
no.
would Godzilla
So-
have a niece and put it in the Mega
the main
Godzilla?
human character, his sister or niece, I can't remember, cousin, well, I don't know, but she ends up getting this in this comatose state from the Mechagodzilla poisoning from being in a mech. Do you guys remember that part?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's very sad. But what ends up happening is they live on like they live on this new Earth,
Yeah.
and they're there, and he's just like walking around, and he's like, you know what? I'm kind of done. Takes his relative, takes her in the comatose state, and just runs at Godzilla and gets blown away. I'm like, this is so stupid. Like,
It's that dramatic, what do you call it? That dramatic, I can't
Well,
think of the word, but
but he never got resolved. It was like,
Well, they
that's
ended
like, that's like how,
it.
that's exactly how Neon Genesis Evangelion was. It was so like, what the flip is going on? Did the world end or not end? Did
Okay.
Ichi
It's-
live or not? What
the-
is? Anyway,
they were so good. The action was good, and then there is time passed when Godzilla's not wrecking havoc, and he's just there, kind of like a sentinel on Earth. And they're living on this new Earth, and they're trying to realize and like survive and all that stuff, and things are going good. And all of a sudden, he's like, you know what? I'm kind of done. Just
Yeah.
runs into Godzilla and gets blown away. I'm like,
So,
why?
real quick,
Like,
let me pause. You girls better go to bed. You know who I'm talking to.
Uh-oh.
You better get into bed because it's past your bedtime, little girle.
Yep.
And your friend too. And your pesky friends too.
You and them meddling kids.
little dog. Or wait,
Well, let me get my second one.
And
And it's really hard to pick because there's been some good ones recently, and we got a few. We got new shows and anything, but one that I'll bring attention to is one that just showed up on Netflix, and it's called Demon Hunter,
Slayer.
Yeah,
Demon Slayer. Sorry,
Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer. But and it's on Netflix, so you get to hear it in English. But like Joe said earlier, he likes dubbed, which is when they put English voices over the characters. Exactly. If you're like Trey and I, we
I'm Asian
appreciate.
here.
If you like Trey and I, we appreciate the subtitle, which is basically where you read the English, but you get the original voice actors and what they're and
Well,
everything
because
with that.
so sometimes they lose things in translation just to
Yeah.
kind of keep it going forward or whatever.
But
Or
that's
it
the
doesn't-
trade-off.
yeah.
That's the trade-off. Joe,
Yeah.
he and I get it. He's doing edits and all that. But anyway, the point is Demon Slayer is one of the most beautiful animes that has ever existed.
Right.
Like the style, the drawing, the anime, the coloring, everything that
Yes.
they've done with this is so gorgeous. Like it's
Yeah,
it's
it's
a work, literally a work of art almost every single
yeah,
episode.
it's really good. It's really, really good, and it gets pretty deep too. And so
It is.
Yeah.
I like anime that has some depth to it. You know, like
Yeah.
Naruto, a lot of characters, a lot of depth. Bleach, Dragon Ball, all that, a lot of characters, a lot of depth to it. But here in Demon Hunter, you deal with a brother and a sister. The whole family gets killed she gets turned into
Very
a demon.
beginning.
He is going to he protects her from someone who's trying to kill her. She chooses not to kill humans, and so now he's become this demon slayer that's trying to find the demon that turned her into one. If he kills that head demon, it's like vampires. You kill the head vampire or the head demon, all the demons that he's turned, they all stop being demons. And so that's what he's ultimately doing. But by the time it gets to the end, this is being one of those where I go to YouTube and I'll rewatch this ending because it is gorgeous. Like,
so the
just
movie has
gorgeous.
been out. I haven't been able to see the movie one.
It's because it's not released yet. It's coming out next month here in America.
Ooh,
but
I'm so ready.
Get this. So it's an anime that released in Japan last year. The movie is basically season 2 because in the manga, which is Japanese comic books, it was a very short run, but they went ahead and turned that short run into a movie instead of a full-fledged season. In Japan, the number one movie of all time in Japan. In Japan, the number one movie of all time has been Spirited Away. Another conversation for another time, but that one's worth watching with the family.
Yeah. Well, all of those of some from the same director. What's his
Ghibli.
name?
The Ghibli studio.
Yeah.
That's not his name, but that's the studio's name is Ghibli Studio. But
yeah.
Demon Slayer came out last year and it knocked Spirited Away, and Spirited Away has gone unchallenged for more than 2 decades.
Wow.
And Demon Slayer came out and is still to this day, right now, the number one movie in Japan, and is still being shown as that.
Yeah.
And so I can't wait to watch this. I can't wait to watch this.
I'm ready to watch that too.
But next month we can look out for it.
We should probably all watch it together.
Wait, is it dubbed?
It will be dubbed. It will be dubbed.
I doubt it.
Let's get to some of the comments before we move on. Joe's got the next question he's about to pull up. But before we do that, I will read some of these things. And how far back? Here we go. All right. So Kaylee says she was a huge She-Ra fan. Kaylee, did you watch the new She-Ra series on Netflix? Because my daughters did, and they absolutely loved it. Renee says, I'll have Yashi. I don't even know what she said. Yashimele, a dragon roll, and a dragon roll, please. Thank you for. I don't even know what I'm trying to say, Renee. Thank you. Kaylee said, question: anyone watch Aeon Flux? I think it came on MTV, and it did.
Yep.
Kind of had the anime vibe. Is it though? So it's not technically an anime, but it's very close, and it is good.
Yeah.
It is good. It is.
And the
good.
movie was terrible. Was not a good.
Really, yeah.
It wasn't a good translation of the.
And that's how they all are.
The show.
Sandy said, "Big Hero 6 is my favorite anime."
Did you hear the news about Big Hero 6? They
No,
might
tell
be
me.
introducing it live action into the.
Oh, into the Disney thing.
Really?
Yeah, into the.
I'd love
Disney
to see
world.
that. That would totally be
watch
cool.
that.
I would totally
live
be down
action.
for
That would be really cool.
Yeah.
It's not a Netflix adaptation, so I'm fine with that. So.
As long as it's got no talking lions,
Right.
I'm okay with that.
Man, as long as they don't screw up Last Airbender, but it looks like they're gonna screw it up. So
You're saying with the Kins?
no,
you got
Netflix.
him going, Joe, because this guy right here, he's big nerd about that. So
I love
the-
Avatar.
yeah. There's nothing to hate about it, but yeah, that should have been probably on the top. But it's so hard to choose. Anyway, Kaylee says underappreciated movie.
Probably from the Godzilla.
Aeon Flux. Oh, you were bashing Aeon Flux, and she was saying how much.
Well, they did some of the things that they
Wah,
did
wah.
in the series and stuff like that, and China. I love Charlize Theron, and so you know
She's
such
a good actress.
Yeah, so
Godly.
it's just
Rebecca said Sailor Moon. So as much
never watched an
flack
episode.
I've seen it,
evil by.
but as much flack as it gets, it definitely deserves respect because it turned on a lot of girls to anime at a young age, kind of thing. So, what does Sandy say here? Belt on a shelf.
So before you really quick side tangent, the creator of Yu Yu Hakusho and the creator of Sailor Moon are married.
Oh,
That makes so much sense. After you say that, it makes so much sense. They go
There you
good
go.
together. John, we don't need any of that negativity here.
Hey,
okay.
hey, go to sleep, man.
Rebecca, yes, Spirited Away. We were talking about yep.
Spirited Away.
Renee,
Princess Mononoke. If you haven't
Princess
seen
Mononoke is
oh my
great, but not for
gosh.
kids.
Not for kids.
It's
Yeah.
pretty bloody. So I'm going way back, but my favorite anime is Aeon Flux. She's so funny. Kaylee, yes, Demon Slayer is good. Death Note 2. I could get into Death Note.
Death Note's really good.
Death Note.
It takes a while.
But
I respect it. I'll put it that way. I respect it, but I don't think I'll watch it.
I watched the movie. I was like,
oh,
I should probably go back and watch the anime.
Greatest movie of all time, right, Joe?
Yeah, I loved it.
No, it's the live action Attack on Titan. That's the greatest one.
Oh,
so bad, dude.
We should. You know what?
It's the worst. It's the worst.
I will say this: the greatest anime turned into a live action movie has literally got to be Bleach. They actually did that one really well.
Really?
I haven't seen it.
And I've seen a few of them, and I don't like any of them. But that one I saw, and I was like, holy crap! They really did this good, actually.
So there's this one anime where it's all about gambling, and you know what I'm talking about. And this foreign girl comes. I can't remember the name of it, but she comes in and she just throws everything in flux or whatever. They actually did a live action of that one. Yeah, they did a live action.
Did a live action of that one?
Yeah,
came out.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, so this is actually pretty good.
For.
I can't remember the name of the thing though, but I love the fact that it was
with an H, like Haba something.
Yeah, it's all about gambling. So yeah.
Renee says, hate the new She-Ra. My daughter loves it. So I took. Never mind, I won't say that here. And that's for the after show.
Okay.
Kaylee said Big Hero 6 was underappreciated.
Big Hero 6 was phenomenal.
It was.
I didn't think it was underappreciated. I loved it.
I loved it. It was so good. Did
you guys know that on Disney Plus they have a series?
Yes, they just ended.
It's an animated series.
It just ended. They canceled it.
I need to go back.
Oh, I'm sad.
Yeah, I know. Kaylee says, and no, haven't seen the new She-Ra. We'll have to add to my list. Like I said, my girls love it. Actually, they love it. It's definitely updated, so you get a lot of the new age, like girls with girls and stuff like that, and
girl power,
and then some. Renee says Liberty is Mary and the Witch's Flower, and now I am. I haven't watched that one.
I haven't watched that one either.
I feel like I've heard about that one though. Death Note movies. And then Rebecca says, I used to aspire to be Sailor Moon. She's needy and loves cats.
That makes sense.
I think there could be worse things to aspire to, Rebecca. So I think go for it, girl. Go for it. I'm not going to stop you. So, all right, Joe, you ready for the next question?
Yeah, here it is.
Oh, wait. Renee says Disney World's working on a Big Hero 6 ride.
I'm there.
That would be sweet.
Oh, my gosh. This is so hard.
I have my top 3 all the time.
No, I can't do this.
Is this top 3 or is this just your favorite movie?
You can do whatever. If you want to do 3. I could tell everyone's like, what are your favorite movies? And I'm just like, pow, pow, pow.
So everyone answer that. I'm going to think about it. I do want to bring this up real quick. Renee said Winx on Netflix. So Renee, did you realize that they just released like 2 weeks ago a live action version of Winx? And if you didn't catch it right, you'd have thought it was something else because it's like, it's got a different name, and then it says something of Winx and blah, 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 blah. I told my daughter, she's like, no, it's not. This is something else. And I was like, no, read it. And she read it, and she's like, oh, they made a live-action Winx. So anyway, Sandy says, I watched Secret Life of Arrietty.
Arrietty at the movies. That's
a good one. That's a Ghibli studio one.
I was about to say, isn't that what's that?
I think I know my number 1 movie of all time, so if y'all want me to go first, I can go first.
Go
ahead, Jaime.
So this one isn't hard for me, and believe it or not, I don't know why it's stayed my number 1. I know why it stayed my number 1 movie, but it's the most quoted movie in my life. Like I quote this movie in everyday life and everything thing, and I realize the older I get, people don't know it. But they're about to release a sequel this year. The original is called Coming to America.
Oh, okay.
And guys, I love that movie so much. And for years, I used to think I didn't know if I could have a favorite movie, but then when I realized it was like, it's got to be Coming to America. There's just so many quotes in there, and Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall are hilarious as the different characters that they appear as throughout the whole movie, and it's just grand.
Rocky Marciano.
Why everyone got me Rocky Marciano? And then you wait till the end. You're like, I asked the waiter, where's the spoon? He's like, It's a great movie, and I cannot wait for the sequel. I'm hoping the sequel knocks it out because it's such a great movie. And honestly, a lot of Eddie Murphy's old school movies are great. We were talking right before the show about Harlem Nights. You gotta watch that one's a good one. But anyway, so
Oh.
I will say my second one. I will share my second one.
Wait,
What?
hold on, just a second. Kaylee's like, the barbers crack me up.
Yeah.
I was about to say the part where they cut off the prince's rat tail.
Prince
And he's
Hakim's
like,
hair. Yeah.
Yeah, and he's like, what? And he's like, $20.
Yeah.
It takes much.
I cannot. Yeah. If you haven't seen the trailer for the second one, though, it looks funny as heck. I'm hoping it lives up to it. I'm so hoping it does. But I will mention my second favorite movie of all time, actually, because I think these go 2 and 2. So my first one being a comedy, which is weird, but it is. My second one is because anytime this movie shows up on TV, I used to just be like, oh, I'm stopping everything I do, and I'm just going to watch it because I can't stop.
Mm-hmm.
The Fifth Element.
Oh,
Yep,
yeah.
that's a good pick.
That is a good
It's funny, lots of action. Mia Jovovich's first time.
one. Come on,
Come on,
Dallas.
come on, man.
Come on, Dallas.
Come on, man. Come on.
Oh, but it's got that was also, I think, Gary Oldman. Maybe not his first appearance, but it was one of his biggest ones, I think. But great movie. So those two movies,
Yeah.
I can sit and just stop whatever I'm doing and just sit and watch them. So,
Yeah, especially
anyway.
when the opera comes.
Yes.
Oh
So
my
that's in my
goodness.
playlist, in my Spotify list. I
Mhm.
always have that on, and I'm always
Yeah.
like, there's a little girl in, I can't remember which country, but there's a little girl in some country that actually recreated the song using
Yeah,
her
because it's
vocals.
like almost impossible to sing.
It's insane, but she does it so freaking good. It's
Yeah.
like, wow.
Yeah, I love
So
it.
anyway,
That's
which
a
one
good
do you want to go next? Remember, tell us your favorite movie in the comments.
Yeah, I got my 3. You ready?
Oh, wait. Let's say bye to Joanne.
Oh, yeah,
Who
because
just came in.
See you, Joanne.
Toodles.
Love you. Have a good night.
Oh, we're going to be on tomorrow, Joanne. We're going one more night,
One more night. Yeah.
and then we go on a hiatus.
Thanks, Joe. Who wants to go next?
I'll go next because mine are
Okay.
easy. So
All right.
my top 3, and I'll watch these no matter where they're at. If it's like the last 10 minutes, I'll sit and watch them. It doesn't matter. I always
Mm-hmm.
love them. But 300,
Okay.
Forrest Gump, and the
Okay.
Gladiator.
Forrest.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And
I didn't know
my
about the
wife
Gladiator.
hates it when Forrest Gump comes on because I'll sit there and quote the whole
Quotes
damn
the whole
movie.
thing. He's like a kid watching Forrest Gump. And you know what? I can attest to that because for the last 20 plus years that I've known Joe,
Yeah. So
Every
those are
time.
my. I love those movies every time. 300. Every time I watch 300, it makes me want to join the military for like
Right?
2 to 5 minutes. And
man, for that 2 to 5 minutes, Joe's 2% almost reaches 100%.
Yeah. So
He gets to the door and he's like, nah, it's okay.
yeah, I was like, never mind. And then Gladiator, because one of my favorite lines from that movie is whenever he just rips up everybody in the arena. It's like, are you not entertained?
Are you not entertained?
Oh, yeah.
Are you not? And that movie was so popular, it spawned the haircut. Everybody was getting Russell
Oh, that's
Crowe's
right.
haircut.
That's right.
It was crazy how well that, or how big his haircut became, because it was the Caesar haircut basically was so popular that year when it came out. So,
That's right. You're right.
man, I love those movies. Like 300, there's that one scene when the Persians are charging, and it's the King Leonidas just goes out there and just rips everybody up. It's so awesome.
It's
man.
awesome, isn't
It's
it?
so, what's the word I'm looking for? Visceral.
This girl, I like that.
Yeah.
I find myself going on YouTube and watching clips of 300 too. That was last month. That's what I was doing a lot, watching
Right.
that. So good one.
I think you were
Trey,
looking for the
before we
word.
get-
Manly.
Right. I
so-
know it's not even close to historically accurate.
That doesn't matter. It don't
yeah,
matter.
but it's
still
yeah,
a
but
good
it's
movie, dude. It's
it's
a great
okay.
movie.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
awesome.
So before you answer, Trey, I'm gonna get let's
go
get
ahead.
some people here. John says no, thank you for something. I don't remember what. I'm sorry. But then Rebecca says Friday Night Lights, Frozen 2, and Talladega Nights. Talladega Nights is freaking hilarious. Frozen 2, I didn't even want to go watch that movie
If
with
you're
my
not first,
family,
you're
with my
last.
kids. But when we did, and that one part in the movie happens, with my 2 daughters and I, we all grabbed each other. We're like, oh, no.
Yeah, it went pretty deep. It got pretty
It
deep
did.
there. I was
It
like, oh.
did.
I was like,
But
oh.
yeah, the Friday Night Lights. That's based on
That's
the
football in
Odessa,
Odessa. Yep.
the
Odessa
Odessa
Permian.
Panthers.
Yep. Odessa Permian Panthers.
Okay, yeah. Sandy, Superman, Pretty Woman, and Bridesmaids. Bridesmaids, freaking
Bridesmaids
hilarious
is
too.
hilarious. Oh my gosh.
Oh, Kaylee says Fifth Element is fantastic. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
And then
Fifth Element bores me to tears. Oh my God, Sandy!
that's a big.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it is. No kidding. Kaylee says Inglorious Bastards, Hidden Figures, and Avengers Endgame.
Hidden Figures. Oh my goodness.
What's your favorite scene in that one?
Whenever she goes off on her boss because she had to go to the bathroom. That scene is just.
And she tells everyone, "And ain't no one fill up the bleeping coffee pot."
Yeah, she's like that. I have to drink coffee that no one will touch, and then she just composes herself. And
She's like, "Excuse me."
Excuse me.
I love that.
Man, she's so good.
Trey, have you seen it yet?
I have not seen it yet.
It's a worthy movie. It's
down.
really worthy.
Yeah.
So, Sandy says, "Okay, so I only watched like 10 minutes of it, and I wanted to throw."
What? Why?
You just gotta wait till the part when Chris Rock shows up and
Chris Tucker.
Tucker.
Rock?
It gets out of this world.
That would
good.
be a totally different movie.
Oh my goodness.
Yes, Forrest Gump.
Yeah, Kaylee. Sometimes there's just not enough rocks.
I love anything Marvel and DC.
What?
Wow, Sandy,
What?
I didn't
She's
even
on
know
a roll
that.
of just disrespect.
The disrespect she's just throwing around here on our show. This is the man show.
Come on,
What is
Sandy.
happening?
You know what's funny? I will want to note this out real quick. That out of all the comments tonight for the man show, it's all women commenting.
Right.
So we've had one man show up and comment.
And he says no.
No,
or two. I'm sorry, two.
Two. Yeah.
We have John and Dante who showed up. So, Kaylee, sorry to burst your bubble, Joe, but the military looks nothing like the hot men in 300. Trust me.
Oh. Well, then never mind. Then
I think that does burst Joe's bubble.
Dang it. Okay.
Renee says Lord of the Rings, Star Wars: A New Hope, and A League of Their Own.
There's no crying in baseball. I love that line. Yeah.
That was a good movie.
Yeah, Tom Hanks, man. I love the fact that Tom Hanks can act he's not typecast, and he just does so well in every role that he's done. I can't
Really
think of a
does.
bad Tom Hanks movie, really. I just can't. I was like,
These next comments, I'm sorry.
I can't either. He literally does so good in most, everything.
yeah.
Rebecca says, but Marines.
Oh, I think she's replying to Kaylee's comment
From
about.
the halls
but the Marines do.
Montezuma to the
Okay.
shores of Tripoli.
Renee, Fifth Element is my top 5. Sandy can go kick.
That's gonna be fun to watch on the girl show.
Monster kill. Get wrecked.
Sandy, oh heck no. I do like Tom Holland's Spider-Man. All the others suck.
Wow.
So when the next Spider-Man comes out, Sandy, I wonder if you'll like it because all 3 Spider-Men are going to be reprising their role as Spider-Man.
I
for the
thought
next
Andrew
movie.
Garfield did a great job. As
I did
Spider-Man.
too. I don't know why that got.
There was a
all
lot
that-
of hate for him on that.
I feel like what was it? Tobey Maguire was a great Peter Parker, Andrew Garfield was a great Spider-Man, and Tom Holland was a great both.
Right. Oh, that's a good way.
That's a good. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
agree
can see
with
that. That makes sense.
But I enjoyed them all.
Omar,
Omar, come on, brother. We need another man here. Yeah.
Predator
Yes.
and
He says, "What Rambo? Yeah, those are great. Oh man,
Man,
Aliens
those
is my
yeah.
out of those
Those are
3. Aliens is my favorite one.
Yeah, Aliens is awesome.
Yeah, there's so many good lines in that one too.
Yeah.
I was watching Mortal Kombat 11 Fatalities and YouTube video, and Rambo's in Mortal Kombat 11. And so I was
sweet.
watching all his
wow.
fatalities and everything. And
My dad actually
Fatality.
had the Rambo knife.
so
Yeah.
he doesn't kill anyone in any of the fatalities, which is really weird.
Oh,
But
what?
he intimidates them with a knife. He's I don't remember. Oh, he says mission,
What?
and then he goes to stab it, but it goes on the side, and they turn and look at it, and they're like, and then he goes accomplished, and that's a
It's
fatality.
so crazy
That's
because
so-
that whole movie is because they treated him badly and he was just walking through the town. That's
Yeah,
that's the whole thing. It's like you just don't treat people like that. You have no idea what they're capable of.
Real quick, honorable mention. Now that I'm going to forget this, Joe's name comes from a famous movie. If you can remember what that movie is, put it in the comments, and he'll tell you in a little bit, or I'll tell you because.
Right? Do you know my name? That's a question. My full name.
You have to know his name in order to get the movie reference.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
And I'll tell you, there were 2 movies made on Joe's name. The reason for it, we'll come back to that in a little bit. Okay. Rebecca says, we'll still get to you, Trey. I haven't forgot about you.
I was about to say, I might not be able to share mine.
No,
you will. You will. Rebecca says, I love the Marvel men, Chris Evans and Chris Hemsworth sandwich.
she wants to be in between.
I imagine they're traffic. I imagine they're good looking guys, but I don't know that I would put those words in my language together.
I think we have a gift for you somewhere.
Sandy Abby says this.
Oh,
she's probably talking about what they're saying. Dude, I like Street Fighter movie and the original Mortal Kombat movie, Sandy.
The very first one was really good. Yeah.
It didn't age well, but I still love it.
Yeah.
And that's funny that she mentions that because before the trailer dropped last week for the new movie, I've been watching clips from both Mortal Kombat and Mortal Kombat Annihilation. So Omar says, I got to see those fatalities.
Those
fatalities.
Sorry,
let me.
Animality.
Fatalities.
Friendship. Kaylee, Joe Dirt.
No.
I couldn't watch it. I started and I was like,
no,
okay,
they're trying to guess the movies that are based.
Talk about you.
Question, yeah.
Sorry. Okay. Rebecca says Tiger King, Joe Exotic.
No.
Omar says Mighty Joe.
No.
I mean, those are
I love that one. Mighty Joe
guests.
Young is good. That was a good
That's
movie.
what I was guessing.
Yeah.
Did you know that was also 2 different movies? There was an original one, and then they updated version of it.
I actually did not know that.
Yep.
Now my whole childhood is ruined. So great. That's phenomenal.
All right, Trey. Go for it.
Yes. So this is very hard for me because I love movies. Low-key cinephile. But anyway,
Lo-fi cinephile? Is that what you just said?
Low-key cinephile.
Did you watch last night's episode by any chance, Trey?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, never mind.
So anyway,
moving on.
Hashtag where's Trey?
I will say it has to be one of my top picks. Has to be a Star Wars movie, and it will be The Empire Strikes Back because it has the most. I would say, not the most quoted, if not the biggest cinematic reveal of all time.
Oh, okay. I thought you were about to say misquoted line ever.
That too. The Mandela effect. No, I am your father. So clearly, everyone who had seen the movie beforehand ruined it for everyone else and their sister. But that is where, obviously, Luke finds out that this giant evil Sith Lord is actually his father.
Right.
So that wraps up everything.
Spoilers, come on.
I know, right? Gosh.
Golly, you could tell someone.
Idiot. Anyway, so
we're gonna use the veil of the Force on everyone now.
For 789, please. Huge Star Wars fan. It has to be a Star Wars movie. I have to go with Empire Strikes Back. I love the Walker scene. I love Luke finding out about Darth Vader and getting battle hardened, if you will, by getting his arm chopped off.
Is that what it takes to get battle hardened?
Yeah.
It is in it is in the Skywalker family. Yes.
Sword helmet.
No, I saw that too.
And then I would have to say my second would be the Matrix, the original.
That's a really good one.
It's so really iconic. It's got stupid amounts of action. It was actually one of my first R-rated movies I had ever seen.
How old were you when it came out, Trey? That would have been 97, 98, I think.
I was like 6 or 7.
But I will tell you, I saw that at the movie theaters when they had the THX sound on that. Oh,
it was good.
Was epic when you can hear the casings hit the ground.
Yes.
Yeah, it was so awesome.
Yeah,
the whole the elevator, the bottom floor scene.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a revolutionary movie. Like the fact that
I see what you did there.
What?
Matrix Revolutions.
Gosh dang it.
Yeah.
You didn't even catch it yourself. Golly.
That was not the goal. So anyway, the fact that you've got humans, I mean, that you're in what you think is reality when you're actually asleep. And obviously humans are being harvested as fuel for the machines who won the war years ago. And what?
That's a great segue to Sandy's comment. I don't know any movies that involve as much napping as Joe Don does. The Matrix, they're all asleep.
They're all asleep.
Yes.
So
yes.
in your face, Sandy.
So the fact that they get pulled from this reality, which is really mind bending if you think about it, and everyone has obviously said, "Oh, so we're in the Matrix. This is all a simulation." It's just a lot of groundbreaking stuff that no one's thought about in movie making, and bullet time, and the combat, and just Neo kicking serious butt at the end. Like, it was just so good. Because obviously the Smiths are unbeatable. And then you have Neo literally just one-arming everything, stopping bullets and beating the trash out of him.
Yeah.
Super huge fan.
Sandy's never heard of it.
You know, Sandy, you've got some explaining to do.
Hey, Lucy.
And then I would say, actually, Kaylee helped me out on the last one. I would say Endgame because it's a culmination of 10 years of Marvel movies, and it is the pretty much climax and cinematic, like, last hurrah for, I guess, phase 3, 4, I don't even know, but
3.
Yeah. So it's got everyone. If you haven't seen it by now, I'm sorry. There's a statute of limitations. Everyone coming back in. Captain America getting Mjolnir and mopping Thanos all over the floor for at least a second.
I don't think he does that, actually.
He does for a
Right.
second.
For a second.
Which, again, is a little busted when Thanos just kind of comes back. Whatever. Anyway, so, and then everyone coming back from the snap and all coming together, him getting Mjolnir and saying, Avengers Assemble.
And you know what they said? That everybody that was in the scenes was there except for one.
Yeah,
Wow.
what's her name?
No, it was, what's his name from Guardians of the Galaxy? He was
Gamora? Him? Drax?
the guy, the head. He's in
Star-Lord.
charge. Star-Lord.
Star-Lord.
Yeah, he was edited in afterwards, but everybody else in the scene was there.
Oh, that's cool. I did
Yeah,
not know
so-
that.
He was off doing Jurassic World.
Right.
Probably.
No, he was.
Another cool thing that you guys probably didn't know is that Iron Man snap scene was actually re-edited. So they had to come back because he was actually just looking at him and he was just going to snap. But what one of the editors said is, hey, this would be really cool if he just said, I am Iron Man.
Mm-hmm.
And I am Iron Man. And so they actually had to reshoot that scene just for that scene.
Yeah.
So the movie was done. And the editor was like, he needs to say this.
Right. Yeah.
Which
Yeah,
was
'cause-
phenomenal. And
yeah,
I'm so glad
yeah.
it was in the movie.
Yeah. I hate that they because they also cut out the part where whenever Iron Man passes away, everybody kneeled to honor him
Yeah.
on the field. So that was I was like, why did they take that out? That does seem
They took it out? Was it a deleted scene?
it's a deleted scene. Yeah.
Okay. I need to watch that. That's intense.
All right, so up here in the comments, we got... do we want to answer the question or go through the comments first?
Go through the comments.
Okay. Omar, Lord Helmet, we already got that. John says 2 because he likes Matrix 2. He knew the reference, Trey, when you said Revolutions. He picked it up.
I mean,
good on you.
Come on.
Good on you, John. Don't boo our guests, our viewers.
No, I'm
Omar
booing you,
says
Jaime.
Ace Ventura, Spaceballs, Happy Gilmore for comedy movies.
Absolutely.
Oh, we're going
those
comedy.
Those are good.
Those are so grand. Rebecca says, and the men are just. What is she talking about? Actually, right there,
She's talking about Avengers.
Oh my
all the
Lord.
Avengers.
Oh, okay. Those are the thirsty faces, I guess, or something.
Yeah.
Kaylee says Captain America worthy of the hammer.
Yes.
And
yes.
you knew that he could pick it up.
Oh,
whenever,
I knew.
Yeah,
I knew
everyone
from the
knew that he
beginning.
could pick it up.
Well,
he just wanted to be
budged
nice.
in Ultron. It budged, and Thor's like, "Oh my gosh!" Like it squeaked a little bit, and he's about to get out of his chair. Like,
Yeah.
Sandy said Chris Pratt.
Yeah, because I couldn't think of Star-Lord's name.
yes,
'Cause he-
Kaylee says the improv between Don Cheadle and Chris
Don
Hemsworth
Cheadle?
about his fattiness. So my wife, let me tell you all this real quick. Honestly, in my household, Don is Chile. I call him Don Chile, and she goes, "Not every word you say has to be Spanish."
my gosh.
And I'm like, "What? Come on! It solely says Chile."
What are you talking about, eh? I cannot say this.
Anyhow, there we go. All right, so let's see how we're gonna do this real quick.
Oh wait. To answer the question,
Yep.
my question. Go ahead.
Did you have a different question?
No.
Oh, okay. All right. So we said earlier, if you knew in the comments, we didn't see anyone. If you knew in the put in the comments, where does Joe's name come from? What movie specifically does Joe's name come from? The hint that we gave was that this movie had been made twice. There was an original one in the 60s or 70s, I think 70s.
70s, yeah.
And then the second one was made in the 2000s. And I'll give you another hint before Joe tells you the name of the movie. It starred The Rock. So Dwayne Johnson played the character that Joe is actually named of. So while we're doing that, real quick, Trey, if you want to ask everyone a question, that's what I'm asking you in the messages. Just like Joe and I have asked. That's what I want you to give us. While doing that, Joe, you tell everyone the story about how you got your name.
Okay, so if you don't know, I was adopted, and when my parents were stationed in the Philippines, they went to go pick me up, and then my dad's favorite actor at the time was named Jodan Baker, and that's my full name is Jodan Baker, and he started in a movie called Walking Tall. And so that my dad loved that movie. It's about a sheriff in a small town that is trying to get rid of all the kinds of corruption. And he loses his gun for some reason, and he carries a big stick. And so he goes around.
Wasn't it because of the military? He was in the military.
Yeah.
And he comes home.
I don't remember.
He doesn't use the gun. No, I don't know if that's the true story.
I think that's part of the newer version, not the original version. And so he goes around and knocking people upside the head with 2x4s. So that's
so brutal too, man.
Yeah.
It's gnarly.
Yeah. So Walking Tall, the original, and his name was Sheriff Buford. So in the original, the actor's name is Jodan Baker, and that was my dad's favorite actor, and that's why I have that name. So
that's awesome.
Little trivia for y'all.
It is
the Man Show.
So that's cool that Kaylee actually knew it.
Yeah. Does she know the new one or does she know the old one? So.
Oh yeah, denote it for us, if you will, Kaylee. That's why your hair is tall, Joe.
Yes.
Up here real quick, I wanna. Yes. Kaylee, Rebecca says, "Can we talk about how everyone cheered in the theater when Captain America picked up the hammer? It was
I popped
epic.
Off. I
jumped
like
out the chair. I was I remember was with my kid, her friend, and her mother, and I jumped out of the chair and we were all like, yeah.
I had a ton of friends with me, and I was elbowing them, just like because everyone was ready. Everyone was ready. No one saw it coming. We wanted to see it coming, and it did.
Right? Yeah. Because you were already hyped up because it brought all the superheroes in, and then it adds this little piece of flavor to it, and it was awesome, and in my theater too, everybody went crazy too. So it was.
Yeah, are we talking about the first time or the second time? Because both were amazing, but the first was definitely the coup de the spicy meatball.
You mean when the circle started opening and he called everyone, or when he picked up the hammer?
Yeah.
Both are when he grabbed Mjolnir.
Yeah.
Both times Mjolnir came to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kaylee said, I screamed during the last episode of Mandalorian.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any of the Mandalorian yet.
Jaime, you got to get with it, bro.
Oh my gosh. It's already been the first season. You can watch it.
Okay, that series is almost better than a lot of the Star Wars movies that have been made. Just saying.
That's what I keep hearing. Yeah. So I appreciate especially that Joe knows me well enough that he knows my rule that I have. So for all of you out there, I do not watch news. What?
Don't look at the comments. Jaime. Don't look at the comments.
Okay. I do not watch. Well, that's going to be hard to do after I finish talking because I got to go back to managing.
What do you want me to do?
Comments.
Can I hide it? I don't know what to do.
You can delete it. He can delete it on the original post in Facebook. So
it's too late. It doesn't really say much.
It's whatever. It actually doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
So what I appreciated about Joe was that he knew my habit. So I do not watch new shows until they are in their second or sometimes third season. Then I'll start watching them, only because the writers. What? So only because the writer's strike of 2007 really burned me, and there was a really good show called Surface on, and it got canceled too.
Oh, that's so.
I loved it. Anyway, all the shows after that were getting canceled left and right, but it left a bad taste in my mouth, and I was like, I'm never watching a new show in the first season ever again. And I've broken my rule a couple of times, but for the most part, I wait about 2 or 3 seasons after shows come out before I start watching it from the beginning. So that's what I did with Mandalorian. I've heard a lot of good stuff about it, and I know I need to watch it. I just need to get it on there. So I watched WandaVision. I broke my rule for WandaVision.
Perfect.
Yeah. Good.
Even though the Mandalorian would have been a better pick.
It really is.
WandaVision's
I told y'all my theory on WandaVision, right? On the whole next phase 4 and 5 for Marvel. I have a theory about how it's all, not details, but about the avatars, about the Infinity Stones coming back.
Yes.
Yep.
And for those of y'all who don't know, I'm a huge comic book nerd, and I have a lot of history.
The scientific thing, you can never destroy matter. You can
energy. Energy can never be destroyed. It can only be dissipated, or not
dispersed.
Anyway, you get the idea. I think we all said the same synonym of the same word. So anyway, that's the point. So I don't. Yeah.
You just can't destroy it. Okay.
Yeah. You can break the door, but it doesn't make it stop from being on the other side.
Yep. Exactly.
So anyway, Trey, did you have a question you wanted to ask or no?
Yeah. So I actually had a question for our audience. What is the original last name of Luke and his family? Oh. They had one before they.
I thought you were going to
ask
like a different question, kind of like a question that's like
for me.
For us to
that everyone could answer.
That's a good trivia question.
That's it is.
Yeah,
it is, but it's not one that
help me out, and I got one for you.
Well, like we just asked, like
we've been asking
anime,
questions.
Favorite
movie. Favorite.
Sure. What?
Favorite,
we do things differently over here on the social.
Yeah, well, sorry, brother.
Favorite undergarments.
Hush, Joe.
Gotcha. No undergarments worn here.
Who is your favorite superhero?
Favorite superhero?
Okay. Give me a second here.
Like comic stuff in the comic books?
Oh, good question.
Yeah.
Here. I'll help you out even better. Marvel superhero.
Okay.
Oh, dang it.
If it's gonna be that hard, just tell me.
No, we're just thinking it. Stop changing it. Give us a minute to. Good night.
Digest this.
I know. He's just like, okay, let me change to this one. And you think about that. He's like, okay, wait a minute, guys. Let me.
Right,
just like calm down. Wait. So what's the final question, Joe? Trey, what's the final question?
Who is your favorite Marvel superhero?
Okay.
And why?
Hold on, I want to hear what she says.
Still on the show. It's not.
Tell her it's the men episode. She's not supposed to be on with you're with the fellas. You're hanging with the guys tonight.
Wait.
Anyway, okay. So our favorite Marvel, Joe just got.
I just got yelled at, so we hurry.
You did. All right, favorite Marvel character, right, Trey?
Because this is the man show. Okay,
Yes.
I'll be there in a second.
Favorite Marvel character. Do you have it, Joe?
Dude,
I think I have
Black
mine.
Panther all the way, man. I love what he stood for. I loved his honor. I loved, so, when I heard what happened, and it was really it hit hard, but I think he was just an awesome superhero.
We caught that on the show live that night that we found out.
Yeah. And I don't know much about
heartbreaking.
him other than what I've seen, because I didn't read a lot of comics, but on the movies and stuff like that, I just loved what I saw in the movies. And, so that is my favorite, because they haven't had any Asian ones yet. So
They will.
They will.
He's coming out.
Wong's,
No, he's coming out. He's getting his whole featured movie, dude.
Oh, what's his name?
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi, yes.
The martial arts
then
master of the Marvel Universe.
So right now it's Mulan, and then
Big Hero 6.
Big Hero
Shin.
6.
Shin and Hiro.
Hiro.
Yeah.
So
It reminds me of Hiro Nakamura from Heroes. All right, anyway. All right, so just Black Panther, Joe?
yes.
Okay, all right. For me, I'm going to say I'd like to say Captain America because that was the first comic book that I ever had a subscription to, where it was actually delivered to my house. If those were the days, I don't know if we do that anymore, but you get subscriptions, and I'd get Captain America. It was my first Marvel comic subscription.
No,
Oh, awesome! My mom bought it for me, and it was just cool. So I really liked Captain America. But my favorite Marvel superhero, I'm going to say, is Danny Ketch's version of Ghost Rider.
Okay.
So first Ghost Rider is Johnny Blaze. Second one was Danny Ketch. Then Robbie Reyes is the third one. But I'll say Ghost Rider. He's a spirit of vengeance. He's a demon under Mephisto's hold, and Mephisto, who's Marvel's version of the devil, he binds him with a human host. And anytime innocent blood is spilled, the host he gets all his skin burned off and replaced with this flaming skull guy, and he goes around enacting vengeance. But it was really cool is I spent the day at a comic shop to buy one of my first comics. No, not the subscription, but to buy my first comic. Spent a couple hours there with my mother. I finally landed, and the guy in Lubbock, I remember this guy. He had a glass eye or a wooden eye. He was the weirdest guy, but I loved hanging out with him. Older man.
Because he had a wooden eye.
No, because he just knew a lot about comic books. But I picked that comic book. I said, that one, Mom. And she was like, this one, you sure? And I was like, yes, I love it. I had the first issue of Ghost Rider. I still have it. And when we got to the car, my mom started crying. And I was like, what's wrong? And she goes, I can't believe you picked Ghost Rider. And I was like, we can give it back. I haven't read it or whatever. She goes, no. Your Uncle Johnny, who passed away when he was only 17 of leukemia, his favorite comic book was Ghost Rider. The Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider. She goes, and you just picked Ghost Rider as your first comic book. And I was like, whoa, that was kind of freaky. And to this day, like even this weekend, I watch and read clips in comics about Ghost Rider because I just love rereading them and rewatching it. They made a couple of movies with Nicolas Cage. So that's my character. Ghost Rider. I love Ghost Rider.
Okay. They should totally reboot the whole thing because Ghost Rider is a force to be reckoned with. Like, he's basically immortal and unkillable, and they need to rework those movies because Nicolas Cage is not a Johnny Blaze in my book. So
I'll tell you a story afterwards.
Okay.
But
well, what do you mean?
I
You
know
named his kids Kal-El.
So Johnny Cage is named after Nicolas Cage. I'm sorry, Nicolas Cage is named after Power Man, Luke Cage, and one of Nicolas Cage's because Nicolas Rill's last name is Coppola. He's Francis Ford Coppola's nephew.
Oh wow!
And his favorite comic book back in the day was Luke. No, not his favorite comic book. He took his name off of a Marvel character. His Nicolas Cage is because Luke Cage, the Power Man.
Huh.
But he has a tattoo on his left arm of the Ghost Rider because the Ghost Rider is his favorite Marvel character, his favorite comic book character. So when he got the chance to do the movie, it wasn't just because they just cast him whatever. He fought because he really wanted to be the Ghost Rider. So they had to cover up his tattoo during the movie of the Ghost Rider.
Interesting.
Crazy.
That's dope. So, I mean, you should all know by now who my favorite Marvel character is. And if you don't, you don't know me, you don't watch any of the shows I'm on, and you
Sailor
just
Moon.
you don't care.
Alf.
Fighting
Monica
evil
Rambeau.
by moonlight.
Oh, it's Dazzler. Dazzler's your favorite Marvel character, right?
Right.
Not one, not two signs right here, but I have a couple of pop vinyls in the back that you can't see. It's Frank Castle, the Punisher.
Nice.
It all started back in Halo, actually, when Halo 1, when you had to have save files.
Halo, Joe. Remember those days?
The garage days of
The
Halo.
garage days of Halos.
And so I had my save file under Punisher, which it just was a name. And then from then on,
Save file. That's so funny hearing.
Yeah. So I really started to get into comics after that, and I just fell in love with the Punisher. Like, the skull was my thing. His whole motto is he's willing to do what nobody else will. And sadly he puts a permanent end to crime, but I mean,
It's an end nonetheless.
it's an end nonetheless. He is a darker Batman. Don't care what anybody says. And so he's just willing to do what no one else is going to do, and he's there to do the hard work. And Oh my gosh,
Make the
this
hard
Netflix,
decisions. Yep.
yeah, the Netflix series that came out when he literally
Is that your favorite?
Well, he single-handedly takes on an entire cell block. He doesn't have a weapon. He's unarmed, and he gets shanked and stabbed, and just takes everything that shanks him and uses it to take the other guy out.
He's like, shank me? Nah, shank you.
You know what's crazy is that the actor, what's his name that played the Punisher in the series?
Gosh, dang it.
Bernthal.
Bernthal. John Bernthal.
Yeah. Okay,
John
so
Bernthal.
he actually went to a comic book store and was like picking out comics to kind of do the research on the character and stuff like that. And the owner of the comic book store told him, "You better not mess this up." He's like, you better not Dolph Lundgren this.
Oh yeah. So he, in my opinion, I wish he would have been a little bit bigger, because in the comics, Punisher's Jack Diesel. I mean, like, he's
but he
huge.
did good though. He his intensity. Oh my gosh, it was. Yeah,
Jacked in Diesel is what I said.
Yeah.
When he
What I
when he
meant to
brought just like his character, his character in The Walking Dead, like he was just intense and crazy there.
Yeah.
He brought that same intensity, and it was awesome. I mean,
and he was
right.
able to step it up, and then you know include all the grittiness and the didn't he curse a lot too? Yeah, exactly. So
Yeah,
So he was able to be the embodiment of the Punisher, and quite frankly, Disney Plus needs to pick up all those shows back up, because they all ended with ongoing stuff that needs to be taken care of. So
I hear they're probably going to. They just ended this past year.
I'll cry
They
if
ended
don't,
their
so.
license. So those weird licensing things they have with like TV show channels or whatever.
Yeah.
It ended with Netflix, and so supposedly they should be able to start again, reboot, whatever. Those creators. So I did read that Charlie Cox was caught on the set of Spider-Man 3, and so there is some credence there to saying that either Daredevil might show up for Spider-Man 3, or that the Netflix Marvel characters will become official Marvel characters somehow.
That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
Well, they should be MCU, aren't they?
I mean, they are, but
like big movie
to a smaller scale.
cinematic universe.
yeah. So I want to get some of these comments real quick, because they were answering too. Sandy said Skyjogger is her favorite superhero.
So it's Starkiller, by the way, to the previous question. Luke Starkiller. That was supposed to be his original last name.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because Starkiller was the name of the character from the Force Unleashed. Yep.
There's also
Sam
Starkiller
Witwer.
Base.
Sam Witwer. Starkiller. Good job, Renee. Sandy, Stray Stoneburner, what is your favorite color?
Oh yeah,
Sandy
because
says.
the questions. Give us a question.
So Sandy said Superman was her favorite superhero. That's my favorite DC superhero. John says no.
Okay. I've never heard of that guy before.
He's pretty popular. He shows up on this show a lot.
That must be a lot of writing. Every time they put him in a panel, that's a lot of ink just to put no.
Kaylee says it's Captain America for her. I couldn't see that one coming. Renee says Captain Marvel. So Renee, is it the female Captain Marvel or the original male Captain Marvel?
Who's
Good
DC?
question. Huh?
Captain Marvel's in DC.
That's a third DC. That's a third Captain Marvel.
But it is Captain Marvel nonetheless.
Ah, okay. Okay. So we are going to say bye to Joe. I want to get to the rest of these comments, but Joe needs to go because
Joe, you gotta go, Joe.
he's got
Gotta
reasons.
go. I got reasons. Because it's the man show. So I got All right, have a good
Joe,
night.
thanks for hanging out with
See
us,
you,
man.
Joe.
We'll talk to you tomorrow night, okay?
All right, sounds
Take
good.
care, man.
All right, bye.
Bye.
All right, so Rebecca says favorite superhero is her mom. Aw, that's awesome. Sandy says Thor is her favorite Marvel superhero. John says underwear Joe is his favorite, or Joe's underwear maybe. Anyway,
I don't know.
Renee says because she's not a man. Just kidding. She is just a normal gal that got kidnapped and trained for evil, and she flipped it around to fight for good. She's pretty kick $signs.
Kick air.
She's not a normal gal. She has. So that goes into my theory. She is the embodiment of the Power Stone, just like Wanda's the embodiment of the Reality
know.
Stone.
I'm
just telling you guys. And Loki, I feel like, is going to be the embodiment or the avatar of the Soul Stone.
I don't know.
I'm telling you, it looks that way. It looks that way. And then Star Lord, since he touched the Power Stone, I don't know that he's going to have that, but he's going to be the avatar for something else. We'll see.
Okay, yeah. I was
No.
say
None of these, all of these people, the stones that they were near or touched or for whatever, they don't get those powers. They get different powers of different stones. Anyway, that's my theory. We'll see what happens in the next 10 years. Kaylee says Venom.
one of the
You know
best
what?
anti-heroes in my opinion, Venom.
And what's cool, Kaylee, is Venom was co-created by Todd McFarlane, who created Spawn, which is one of my, if not my number 2 favorite comic book anti-hero ever.
So what's really cool about the Venom verse series of like symbiotes and stuff, it's getting buck wild in the comics because they're because they're going back to where the symbiotes came from, and
I thought they already did that though. The whole planet of the symbiotes and the symbiote god.
It's still happening.
Wow, that's gone on for a while. Rebecca says #babes build empires equals Captain Marvel. Okay, I like that. Omar says Lou Ferrigno Hulk. Man, it was great watching those old Hulk shows back in the day. I don't know if you ever got to see him on TV.
I
Trey.
know of them. My parents would always talk about them actually.
So they usually would come out during the holidays, so like at Thanksgiving or Christmas, and they would kind of flip it sometimes, and you get to watch them when they were in syndication. I mean, I guess put it that way. So yeah, Rebecca says the Metallica trailer for The Punisher. Goosebumps.
Oh yeah, that trailer was phenomenal.
Yeah. And then Kaylee says Tom Hardy. She's still going back to Venom. And that's
I'm ready
fine. There's no issue with that.
If they don't cross over Sony's MCU with which they should, and it doesn't make sense if they didn't, with Spider-Man, the Spider-Verse, like if that does not happen, we're gonna have a problem. I'm sorry. Like Venom and Spider-Man, it's like, I mean, help me out here. Captain Marvel versus Red Hood. It's the Punisher versus Kingpin, or the Punisher versus Bullseye, or whatever. I don't even know.
Captain Marvel versus Red Hood.
Captain America, I think, is what I meant to say. Just like Venom
Red
Versus
Skull?
Spider-Man. Yeah,
Your comic book references are little.
yeah, they're off. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm retconning really quick. Ready? Retcon.
Okay.
It's
I
like
it.
Captain America versus Red Skull. It's like the Punisher versus a whole slew of other people because he wrecks them all anyway. It's like Sonic versus Shadow. It's like
Sonic versus Shadow. I do like that one. That was a good one. I don't mind that one.
Yeah, I'm making jokes, but they need to have Venom versus Spider-Man. It needs to happen. If they don't, I'm gonna riot. So we'll see what happens this next movie.
All right. So then you'll riot. Then we'll see what. Yeah. All right. So everyone, thanks for hanging out with us tonight. I know that Joe had to run because it's the manly thing for him to do at the moment. But with Trey and I here, we're gonna go ahead and end this. So I hope you all enjoyed hanging out with us tonight. I love talking about all the geek stuff we got to talk about.
Oh yeah.
I honestly can't wait for us to be able to do this again because for me it was fun. And as much as I miss Sandy, I know that Sandy and the ladies of Suds are going to have their man, that was really bright. Ladies of Suds are going to have their women's night out on next Monday. Yeah, March 1st. So do tune in to watch them. But before that, tomorrow night, we are going to the Social and Distancing Show. We're going to welcome a guest named Rashad Taylor. He was featured recently in the National Geographic for some photography that he's taken.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to talk about that and his photography style too. So come and hang out with us tomorrow night to give a watch to that. And then Saturday, Sandy will be on with Sandy Talk Sheet, and that's at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time over on the Facebook page, Sandy Talk Sheet. And then you want to say something, Trey, about Sunday?
Yeah, sure. Come this Sunday. Come hang out with us over in the Strange Connection Show, 9 p.m. CST, 10 p.m. EST. To come and hop on. Come hang out with us.
And then remember, March 2nd. Oh gosh, do I have the date right? March 2nd.
I
don't have my notes, but I think it's March 2nd.
For
No. So for Kaylee and Rebecca, Their new show, Made in North America, is going to be releasing here soon. I'm pretty sure it's March 2nd at 8 p.m. Central Standard
I
Time.
think it's the first, but you could be right. I don't know.
So for their show, go hang out or go to their page, hit the like, and get notified when they come out. But otherwise, I guess that's it. We are done here. And since Joe and Sandy are both gone, and it's just you and I, Trey, are you going to be able to handle it?
Sure.
So what I will do is I'll say the first and second part, and then you finish out with Joe's part, okay?
No problem.
So, I got to queue up everything. As usual, remember to wash your hands for at least 20 seconds.
You filthy animals.
Have a good night, everyone. Oh, before I close out, Trey, why don't you just drop a beat for us real quick, and then I'll close it out during the beat. That was nice. Thanks, man. Good night, everyone. Love y'all.
It's the social distancing show. How did you not know? How did you not know? It's the social distancing show. How did you not know? How did you not know? It's the social distancing show. How did you not know? How did you not know? It's the social distancing show. How did you not know? How did you not know?